It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Thank you. Awesome to have Jack and Loki in studio. Stick around. They're going to be with us for the rest of the morning as well. But right now, though, a rather inspirational story, because I think when it comes to parents and children, every parent's worst nightmare is when their child goes missing. And this is following a story of a 10-year-old boy that went missing for 28 hours in the Winter Mountains in Utah after he went hiking with his parents. And he went foraging for mushrooms and he went missing. His parents actually then called 911, but he wasn't found for the whole night. Eventually, they actually did find him 24 kilometers from where he originally went missing. But he had some survival skills and techniques that he applied, and he actually survived the whole night. He managed to fish, he managed to find himself shelter, hid between rocks to shelter him from the wind as well, wrapped his shirt around his legs to stay warm. And this goes to show that you are never too young to learn survival techniques. And this is what Scouts of South Africa are all about. We have some real-life Scouts with us in studio. We have Imke, we have Kaylin, we have Johanna, we have Robert joining us just to share some of their knowledge. Guys, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thanks.
First of all, I want to ask you guys, what is it that you guys just love about scouting, being Scouts, just learning these survival techniques, Johan?
Well, for me, it's the beauty about the survival that we learn is it doesn't only prepare us for practical things, but also mentally. And it's almost like a survival instinct that we acquire over the years that we've done scouting. Yeah. There's a basic set of the 4 basics we require in survival is food, water, shelter, and warmth. Yes,
and warmth as well, of course, yeah.
And there's a big misconception because everyone feels that food and water is the most important, and arguably it is. But a lot of the time, people forget that shelter and warmth is just as critical because you need to have a regulated body temperature if you're out and you need to survive, because you will die from hypo or hypothermia before you die from starvation or dehydration.
Absolutely. So in a story of this 10-year-old boy, I mean, he did things pretty, the right way, and that's why he survived. He actually said that he could go on surviving for a while longer as well, because he had those survival skills. Luckily, his dad actually taught him. Now, Kayla, I want to ask you this. I mean, the Scout's motto is learn it young, remember it forever. I love that. So what are some of the things that you like to teach to youngsters out there interested in becoming Scouts?
Well, I just want to say first, the Scout motto is actually be prepared.
Oh, be prepared.
Learn it young and remember it forever is part of the awareness campaign that Scouts South Africa is running at the moment.
Okay.
So that just goes with encompassing when you learn skills while you're a young child that you carry with you to your adulthood. So some of the skills that we teach is first aid. So when you're away from civilization or in the mountains or something, you need to have basic skills to be able to help someone. It could be the difference in saving someone's life, kind of thing. So, and yeah, that's basically...
You never know when, I mean, you're going to find yourself in that, that situation.
But we like to teach our Scouts to be prepared. That's the motto. So to avoid being in that situation in the first place, but if they are in that situation in an unfortunate event, that they know the skills to help them.
That's it. Imke, you've been traveling a little bit. You recently returned from the, do I have this right, the 23rd World Scouts Jamboree in Japan.
Yes.
Where you met up with around 33,000 other Scouts from all over the world. Quickly, what is this Jamboree all about? And what is it about being a Scout that you enjoy?
Well, it was absolutely amazing. We spent like 10 days with people from all around the world with the same interests as us. And it was really great. We got to see other countries, interact with them, experience their music, their culture, and it was really great. I love being a Scout, not just because of the practical skills that we learn, but also the friends you make. They become more like family, and in certain circumstances that you spend with them, you see both their strengths and their weaknesses, and you learn to accept them and support them for who they are. And it's really great.
I love that. I love that. Robert, so basically, it's one thing to know all about those survival skills and techniques, but you need to have some tools with you as well. So let's say we are busy preparing, hiking a mountain. We need to be prepared for whatever's going to happen. So on the floor, here's a couple of essentials that I think we would need, right?
Yeah, well...
so just to make sure, if anybody out there wants to go hike a mountain, this is pretty much what we need, okay?
I think the most important thing, and as Kaylin was saying, is... it's all about being prepared. So you need to know your scenario before you head out. Don't just head out onto Table Mountain with a bar and nothing else.
I mean, just recently there was a story of the guy stranded on Table Mountain.
Exactly. I mean, we had a story this weekend. So you've got to look at it from what scenario you're heading into. The number one thing is never leave warm clothes behind. As we've said, warmth is really important. And so this is just a couple of things that'll maybe help you survive. You've got your bladder there, which will keep your water. And when you're heading out into the mountains here, especially in the summertime, you can't walk out there with less than a litre of water. You will end up dehydrating. First aid kit's always important, and I'm not sure whether you have a first aid kit at home. Do you have a first aid kit at home?
Absolutely, man. If you have kids, you have first aid kits.
Exactly. When last have you checked whether there's like stuff that's expired in there?
Funny enough, just yesterday.
Fantastic. You see, that's
I'm
what
not
I
lying.
like, eh? That's what we need. The thing is, like a first aid kit's all well and good, but you need it to be up to date.
That's it.
Nothing expired, that kind of thing. So checking that is really important. Another thing is letting people know where you're going. You know, a lot of people head out into the mountains. No one knows that they've even gone up there, and then we don't know where to find you. You know, so tell someone before you head out where you're going, what you're doing, what time you expect to be back. It's crucial because otherwise you're going to miss out and you're going to get lost in the mountains and no one knows.
Guys, thank you so much, man. This is very, very interesting, and especially preparing all of us, you know, going into summer where we are going to be taking those hikes. But if you are interested in learning a bit more about survival techniques and even being a scout, you can just look up South African Scouts or South African Scouts organization in your area and get involved. But talking about warmth, like these guys say, is super important. It is freezing out here. Let's head on inside. Sorry.